All right, so it was live. Okay. Good morning, people. Welcome to the What's the Source presentation. My name is Isaiah Selvie. If most of you guys do not know, I am in your college writing class, and today I will be presenting to you this topic of why technology is doing more harm than good, while also providing you with the question: what's the source? What's the source of technology and social media being one of the main factors in how adults and teenagers live their everyday lives? According to this presentation or article, technology, the good, the bad, the ugly. The main argument in this emphasis is to address the negative effects of how social media and technology controls teenagers, adults, and young adults alike. Starting with this, it starts with the positive and negative effects of the use. But as the usage of social media grows, it does more harm than good, which causes the gap of technology and the effects or after views in our everyday life that is currently existing regard to a religious response to the use of technology. While also in this presentation, it also explains one main example, a website containing the basic information about the congregations or even a social media group page. Facebook, for example, where congregates and other groups can meet up to express their opinions and their thoughts and ideas and use them to further create projects and new presentations. And also, one text stated by Soup Cup, Buckley, and Robertson, 2001, 368, summarizes the relationship between technology and religion. While also, one text stated, the world that people inhabited affects their outlook, the questions they judge important, and their religious practice. So not only does social media and technology is used for communication, it also can be used to create and discuss like questions and different ideas that congregants or other groups may have. And also, because of this, it is a difference between the use of theological reflection in the digital world of social media groups and the using of the theological reflection in physical groups that revolve around congregations. In other words, meeting face to face in person in those type of meetings. Next section is morals and tech. Now, the first main topic that revolves around this religious response to the use of technology in the article theologically theology technology and theology. The major highlights stated by author Garner in 2013's article Technology and Theology that summarize the argument is the first perspective that sees the technology as the liberator, which means represents the optimistic response that sees technology as a liberating force that has the potential to contribute to overcoming the world's greatest challenges, such as hunger and poverty, in order to improve the human condition. While, of course, another article at the same article presents that has the potential to contribute the overcoming world's greatest challenges, such as poverty, in order to improve the human condition. In this point, therefore, digital technology provides the church with more tools and opportunities to reach more people, while also it creates a strong topic with a powerful, realistic message that can go to anyone and everywhere on the internet and online technological access. And now, technology is regarded as a negative compact and could potentially cause a breakdown in terms of face to face relationships. One example from the article Living in a Digital Culture gives the example pornography, when exposed to children, is also seen as a significant ethical, moral concern. The final view of the article of the argument about technology and theology states that technology is seen as an instrument representing a view that is situated in the middle of a two conversation. Next session here we have is mind over matter. Now this view is described as an ambiguous power of digital moral, and it is seen as value neutral until it is applied. The outcome of this could be determined if it was used positively or negatively. The strong view acknowledges that the digital media is not created and used in a vacuum, but is rather a social construct. When being used, it is guided by social and instrumental views. Therefore, theological reflection on technology is of great importance, and of course, because it acknowledges technology as more than just an artifact. There are sorts that help human beings understand each other and grow, sometimes either to get 1% better or 1% worse over time. And also, it begins with their relationships and values according to which they live. Not only that, but it's also about how you use it. In the text, according to Garner, 2013 article, it explains theological reflections on technology have at least two overlapping directions, which are namely what it means to be part of a church in a digital age and what the implications are of digital media for the wider society. The next section, What the Tech? What the Tech explains in depth of one of the main points I find interesting over this article is the theological perspectives on digital culture is being described as the usage of technology from the theological perspective point of view. The reason for this is the piece of the article creates a brief, concise piece of information on the effects of the usage of digital media, while also its facts and congregations on social media. Using technology to communicate with others when unable to have a face-to-face conversational meeting, living in a digital culture for theological reflections sums up one of the important factors and benefits of using theologically and theological reflections. Furthermore, in depth, using technology in theological reflections is the benefit of implying certain values, which are also constituted in a rich field of theological reflections. One of the main questions that surrounds to this is, to what extent do values play a role in the creation and usage of different digital media forms? Digital media should not be viewed as tools to use in church because they constitute a way of living in digital culture, but rather as a need to create a new metaphor that empathizes and conceives media as an environment, a context, and of culture, according to Medrando in 2004 article, What is the Meaning of Technology? Session 10, Breakthrough, as I like to call it, Teens versus Tech. The main theme of Teens versus Tech session is let's talk about phone addiction, which adds up to the summary of why social media and technology is very addictive and can be a very bad mix when working with teenagers and young adults and adults alike, when you do not know how to handle it or manage it properly. Constant social media usage by teenagers and kids have negatively impacted their mental health, as far as both in adults, kids, and teenagers. The reason for this is social media is caused to have quick expectations of what a relationship is and how we should manage it, while also expecting things to happen very quickly, as I like to call it instant gratification. Instant gratification is mainly popular in today's age because as of social media and the usage of technology, which causes users to not understand or let alone handle to start or even engage in a conversation. When in reality, there are smart kids and great kids. What they have is a systematic impatience, which is stated by Sinek on How Do Cell Phones Impact Our Relationships video. Sustaining relationships is very important, but it should not be rushed, let alone be dictated by an app or a website source. It should be organic and come from within. As well as thinking they expect satisfaction in life like an instant gratification, just a snap of their fingers. Fulfillment in love or even in friendship to happen immediately, when in real time they don't. It's a progress. Sinek stated in How Do Cell Phones Impact Our Relationships? Technology. Now, next session, technology, counter-argument in the matrix. Some will say that technology helps to communicate with users on ideas, thoughts, opinions, and even in ideas to other online groups. There are better ways to manage the usage of technology and social media. However, some people will even say the usage of technology is more positive than negative by giving the users the ability to freely text others without being met face to face in person. But I say technology has caused some users to not handle conversations, such as teenagers and teens should not be able to hold a conversation. Let alone it causes them to utilize their social skills to communicate their ideas and thoughts. Not only does the usage of technology cause this, but also can cause teenagers and kids to be addicted to their phones. This statement stated by Simon Sinek in How Do Cell Phones Control Us? Put the phone away. Comes from deceiving frustration we as young adults and college students, etc., both share. And adolescents experience in the time of periods of phones becoming attached to us. Last section. Tap into the source. Seeking perfection in all the wrong places online, as well as sitting around in a dinner table with your family on your phone, out typing and texting nonstop without communicating with each other. Although technology is and did and is still allowing us to call our loved ones and participating in online groups, we as humans have to set a boundary of technology uses and social media. The usage of technology through social media and digital culture causes the person to constantly belittle others when in groups or even individuals sometimes are faced with disagreements or agreeing with the other side of the debate. This problem is one of the main roots as to why teenagers are having anxiety with talking to others or expressing ideas because they fear the judgment for asking questions and sharing ideas. Seeking perfection online is one of the main cons of using technology in social media. While communicating ideas with others online is great, it's great to be cautious of others while sharing your ideas and thoughts with them online because you may never know when those words can be used against you. This is Isaiah Selvie, and this is my TED Talk.